Good morning, everyone. I hope you're doing well. It's Thursday morning. Can you believe it? Wow, our week is slipping by. The only water that can sink a boat is the water that gets inside the boat. So, shipbuilders, they design vessels to be watertight, airtight. And watertight too, keeps the water out, keeps the air in. And there are a series of bulkheads that have to be compromised. And it's very difficult to sink a ship. But if water gets inside, the process becomes easier and easier and easier as time goes on. Well, it's pretty much the same way with our lives. I want to encourage your heart today to keep the water out of your life. Don't let the rottenness of people who speak evil and people who curse you or curse your family or talk bad about you or to you. Don't let that water sink your boat. Don't let it in. And if it does get in, get a small bucket and start paling it over the edge. Bail out. Just, bail the water out quickly. Throw it out. Get it by the buckets if you can. And say, no. I cannot lose my vessel here. I have to keep this boat free of water. This boat must stay afloat. Does that make sense? I hope so. I've had to do that at times. I realized at some point that I allowed the water to come in. And to make matters worse, maybe I even kicked a small hole in the bottom of the boat through frustration and anger. And that usually does get me in trouble. What about you? Does that get you in trouble? Yeah, I think it does. I think it does anyone who shows too much of that, because it takes us out of the control of our emotions and puts us into being dictated to by our anger and by our fear. And that's always dangerous. But don't let the water in your boat. But if it gets in your boat and all you have is a little coffee mug, well, take the coffee mug and start bailing out water. And of course, if you have friends to help you, that makes it even quicker. Don't be afraid to call on your friends. And I'm not talking about your casual acquaintances. I'm talking about people that love you and people who look out for your good and your interests. Not somebody that's just narcissistic and all caught up in only their needs, but somebody that will tell you their problems, but will also listen to your problems and try to minister together with you for each other. That's what friendship is about. So phone a friend. Say, hey, there's water getting in my boat here. I think I might be sinking a little bit. I'm trying to bail it out, but I could really use a friend right now to help me bail this out of my life. And you know what? There's no law against praying. You say, well, I don't know how to pray. Hey, talk to God the way you would talk to me. Just be respectful, of course. Be nice and just tell him, hey, I'm afraid. I don't know what to do here. I feel like I'm sinking. And I was listening to the man of God talk the other day, and he said to get the water out of the boat before it sinks us. What do I do, God? And don't be afraid to hear the voice of God, because the voice of God may come in many different ways, but he will help you. He will help you bail out the water and keep the water from sinking your boat. And then, guess what? You'll have a chance to help someone else. You may see your friend, and they may be sinking. You say, oh my goodness, I see my friend. Their boat is sinking. Don't they know there's water in it? That's when you need to go to them quickly and say, hey, let me help you because it looks like your boat is sinking. I don't want your boat to sink. And be there for them. Be there to help them. Can you do that? I know you can. And you can tell them this. If you ever feel alone in this world, you're just not. And if you feel unloved, you're not. And tell them this: you're not, because I love you. My friend, I love you, and thank you for being with me on this Thursday. Bye-bye for now.